Like if you get married, I don't have to live with you for the next 50 years and
There's
spend 6
no
hours a day.
guidance.
We don't have to live together. Like we can be separately. I can do mine and you can do
So you
your
just want a
thing.
girlfriend, basically.
It's a halal girlfriend.
Halal
Yeah.
girlfriend, yeah.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Everyone's settled to an extent. No matter what.
I believe
Generally,
everyone.
Because no one's perfect.
Yeah, no. But,
Dude, if we
no,
settle-
but this is gonna be so cheesy, okay? But look, people find the perfect one for themselves. I nearly puked, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Like, there is
No,
a
because even
perfect person for you. Like, okay, if we go into the whole God writes names together or whatever.
So apparently
Yeah.
it's not for everyone because not everyone gets married.
Yeah, no. So the shit. Oh, no, not shame on them. It's
Wow.
it's not like that.
The thing
But
is, go on,
No,
carry
no,
on, sorry.
no.
No, carry on. You come
No.
Dana's gonna go.
Yeah, so I do feel like in relationships people do compromise.
That's what I was gonna say.
Everyone?
Compromise.
It depends who
I don't like the word. I don't like compromise. For me, I like more of a collaboration. You know, people say compromise.
Collaboration?
Do you know what I mean?
Didn't realise
But
what
you know,
it
no, but I feel like this compromise that people are already going into a marriage or into whatever, thinking that I'm gonna have to let something go or I'm gonna.
You
have
do
to,
though.
So
What about collaboration?
me,
Let's work together on this.
me and
What happened to
Hassan
that?
said something very important. It's not about completing the other person.
It's about complimenting them.
complimenting them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that. See, because then everyone's
Wait,
different.
what does that mean?
So for me,
What it means, what it means.
No, but how do
I
you
know.
compliment?
I feel
How do you
like-
compliment another person?
I feel like marriage requires a certain mentality, a certain form of thinking, you know, because again, there is going to be compromise, whether we agree, whether we not. There is a form of compromise
It's
that's going to
human
come with
nature,
it.
you have to.
Someone else is going to come into your life. They're not going to just compliment you. They're also going to be a
Yeah.
responsibility
Of
towards
course.
you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it's like, if we can't even look after ourselves, then imagine someone else coming in and giving them that commitment and responsibility in time
See,
that we can't even give ourselves.
This is where I bypass it because I'm like, marriage doesn't even have to be done in a specific way. Like if you get married, I don't have to live with you for the next 50 years and
There's
spend 6
no
hours a day.
guidance.
We don't have to live together. Like we can be separately. I can do mine and you can do
So you
your
just want a
thing.
girlfriend, basically.
It's a halal girlfriend.
Hello,
Yeah.
girlfriend, yeah.
You do the nikah and you just do your own thing because nowhere does it say you have to live in a specific way for a specific time in a specific manner.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Which I understand there's no kind of like rule book to marriage.
Yeah.
And everyone's different.
Yeah, not one, two.
So I understand where you're coming from. But I think majority view is that once you get married,
Yeah.
it's like you live with that
I
person.
have
is
to
it-
say though,
No,
I remember
also-
you told me about that concept last year
Yeah.
about how you can do in a car and then you don't have to live together and then once
There's
you're
no
ready then
rush.
you can. I have to say that idea has really grown on me because I've got ambitions, I've got
It
career,
works, it
academic
works, it
ambitions. And for me now, the only way that I would probably consider marriage, is if I'd be married and then we both do our own thing. Because imagine living a marriage compared to being married. They're two
I like
completely
that
different
though.
things.
Yeah.
It gives you time to grow together,
Yeah.
but not like forcing
Together,
No
you.
together.
financial pressure, no
Yeah.
weird cultural
No, that
things.
I've
responsibility
seen couples where they've gotten married and because of their age, they've still lived in their parents' home until they've been able to put a deposit down on a flat, a house, or whatever
Yeah,
it is,
I like that.
and
Almost
then
penthouse
move in
lifestyle.
together.
Yeah.
But I feel like the
Airbnb.
benefit and the perks of that is that you're not down each other's throats saying you need to get this done
Exactly.
ASAP. You both take your time,
Yeah.
develop on each other, especially
Gotcha.
for young people now who are still at university or
Exactly.
still
Yeah.
doing something to work on themselves.
Yeah.
By the time they've finished, they've got jobs, they've secured it, saved the money, whatever, they
Yeah.
can then put the down
I
payment.
like
So let's
that.
go on to
Yeah.
our next chapter in life.
Yeah.
Which
Together.
is
Yeah.
living as a married
Okay, I like
couple.
that, and it allows them to have like obviously pressure is seen as a very negative thing. It stresses people out, but there's something like a healthy pressure. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're already straight away living together, but you're living with the parents or whatever, there's that we need to move out, we need to move out, we need to move out. But if you're separate, there's that healthy pressure. Like, listen, we're gonna earn, we're gonna save, we're gonna be separate, we're gonna grow, whatever. And then once we're ready to like properly start our lives living together, I hate the whole like, oh, we're gonna start lives once we live together. No, your life's already started, bro.
In it.
Yeah, like
You're not two halves coming
you're not
together, you're
halves.
two
You
whole people,
literally,
like,
yeah, exactly.
weird.
Complement each other, right?
Yeah.
I like that. I like the healthy pressure.
How long would you wait before you even get married? Like how long are you gonna wait on that?
I think there should be a time frame.
They
You
shouldn't.
can't put a time
Individual.
limit.
can't.
It
I don't
depends
think
on
you
the
can.
individual, KK.
And that's very formal. You're formalizing
That's
marriage.
exactly
and
what I'm saying. I'm
it's
saying
too
the
much.
moment you get like parents and family involved, that pressure's already going to be there. But with dating, it's
Yeah.
just you and the other person.
Yeah, but then it does get. Hopefully, it gets to a point of to marriage, isn't it?
I would be happy to marry someone without getting my family involved for a couple of years. Why does my family have to get involved?
I don't think I
as
can
in-
do
as
that.
in- as in,
That
that's
might
life,
be
that's
pushing it a
dangerous
bit.
life, that's a dangerous life.
No, because I bet I'm just about getting to know her. I'd rather get to know her in marriage as well. But if she's got to know who my uncle, my auntie, my grandma, my grandmother, you want to go down the whole list. She's got to get to know the pet dog. Like,
How
why?
beautiful is it to like build that
Yeah,
relationship?
eventually
with
she
your
can
own
meet my
family?
mom.
Like, down the line.
But I'm like, I want to get to know, and I think we've made it a thing. Even us
It's too
guys,
formalized.
we've romanticized it a lot. Like, yeah, like she gets to meet family. She can come
I think
over for
that's the
Christmas.
most
No, but
significant step.
it is a big deal.
But I think like it's so important to just like I think take along in the most healthiest way possible with that person. That's what I've always said anyway. Why do I have to? Why it's a weird concept. Why do I have to make them meet my family? Why do I have to make them meet their friends or whatever? Like,
Oh, that's
there's so much pressure with that anyway. Like, I'm
There's
very
different
different on
views,
it.
yeah.
I
There's
think,
different views.
yeah, it's,
I think it's
it
okay.
depends on the individual. That's
And
all it is.
for me, my
innit?
biggest thing, even when I
Yeah.
when I talk to people about like whatever it might be, friends, clients, whatever, I'm like, what's your views on it? Like, reclaim your own meanings. Like, what does it mean truly to you for you to be happy, for you to be healthy? That's what life's
I
about.
don't think people reflect
People don't know that.
deeply. when
Yeah,
it
I don't
comes
think
to
people know
marriage.
that,
Like, what do
yeah.
you genuinely?
For someone that don't want to
Do
get
you
married,
think it's very superficial?
Occasionally.
I
feel like-
I think
I think sometimes because again, society pressures, family, cultural ideology.
It's almost like a
that
trend
push.
nowadays in our
Yeah.
20s.
Yeah.
Like,
It
when you
is a
get
trend.
married.
Like we were saying, it was positive to get married, but for some people, it's the worst thing you could
Yeah.
possibly do.
exactly.
I think it drives us away.
I just marriage is very. I think it's very individualistic, man. I don't think there's this whole like. there's a
Okay, what about
blanket you can
dating?
put
How
on.
long would you date someone until you make it? So the whole, okay, let's do this then. How can haram relationships then become halal or vice versa?
Yeah, of
Renew
course.
your intentions of 110%. Renew your intentions.
Yeah, I think it all comes down
Set it
based
up.
to the intention.
Yeah.
You know,
I hate the stigma. Like, so if it starts off as a haram relationship, and then when people say then you get married, then they say, oh, you lose your blessing in it. I don't like that. Like,
Yeah.
God's forgiving in it. Like, He's the
Yeah.
most merciful and stuff. I think repent, bro, and not even repent. Like, just if you
Make it
at least
better.
you're
Make it
switching it up. At least you're being going the halal way about it, and you're not staying in the haram thing.
It's about making
Yeah.
it better, isn't
They're
it?
not making it better.
yeah. We're all human at the end of the day.
Of
We're
course.
human before we're Muslim. You know,
And we
make
have to be
mistakes.
the best of sinners.
Yeah.
Like interracial marriages, getting married to different cultures. Like, what's your views on
I'm
that?
all for it.
Yeah.
I love the notion of interracial marriages.
Yeah.
Like I'm so
And He
So
created
that-
He created you of
Into
different
different
nations and
nations
tribes
and
tribes.
to get to
However,
know one another.
Exactly.
I don't, you know, if someone's preference is to marry someone of their own culture,
I think
I don't
that's-
see anything
no, I don't
wrong
see
with
that.
it. If that's their
Of course.
preference.
But this is the thing. That's the majority of the ideology or thinking that we've had. But there's so many issues within the same because you're not. What's
Would
marriage
you
supposed to
agree?
do? You're supposed to expand yourself. It's supposed to make you feel good. Yeah.
of course.
Actually,
If you say you're getting married to yourself, basically.
Yeah, but would you agree?
It's like, oh yeah, nothing's new.
But
I
listen,
guess
listen.
it just makes life easier.
No, but would you agree?
How
Like,
does
no,
it make
listen,
sense?
listen. No,
How
no,
is
no,
it?
it does.
Just make
No,
me
no,
think
but
about
it
how I
can-
like it.
To introduce someone to a new culture.
To a
How
new
about,
curry.
Like exposing you
Listen,
to
imagine
stuff that
that.
you wouldn't to something you wouldn't normally be exposed to. I think it's
Yeah,
part of
definitely.
development. I think it's part
What
of
about-
learning and part of learning about like human nature and how we all
I do
different
not
from
want
one
to sit
another.
there with babes, yeah, and talk about my own culture, which I already know about, and I don't really like that much anyway,
No,
yeah.
no,
But
but
we've all
forget
been brought
culture.
up.
None of us are
No,
married to
but
different
there is a
cultures.
different. I think there's a different beauty in, like, you know, you kind of understand each other's upbringing. Yeah, you have kind of things. You have the language in common. Okay,
English.
no.
To be honest,
Yeah,
that is
let me
true because
go,
we've been brought up in Britain, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but,
So I
but
guess
then
it
you could
makes
do
it
banter
easy.
in your mother tongue. Do you know what I mean? That's
Yeah, but I-
different. It's
yeah.
a
No,
different
Not
kind
only
of.
swear
Can we
words.
No, yeah, but
all
that's
the
banter, right? No, but it comes with its own thing. Like, it comes with
Yeah.
like you understand the food.
I believe our generation still hasn't even truly come to understand
I don't think so.
because we like to stick to our own. Most people,
Yeah.
anyway.
I've always been like one to like
Again,
step
your
out
culture
my
is so- yeah, exactly.
like I've been
I'm
one
on
to like
that.
step out of my comfort zone and I'm all about like learning about these different cultures,
Yeah.
learning about different people.
But marriage is different,
And
right?
It is different, and I understand there are going to be obstacles, but if that person is willing to actually grasp your upbringing, grasp who you are as a person
Yeah.
and your culture, then surely they will be all for actually learning.
Yeah, like,
See, I didn't
give me
come
the
from
money.
Adding on from that,
Come on.
one thing I've learned, especially through living out for university, is
Alright.
that you know, I'm Asian as well, yeah. So
We did
Marriage
it.
is-
No one doubted it.
No one even asked. No one even asked.
marriage isn't just about marrying an individual. You're marrying into a family.
I hate
You're marrying
that. I
a
hate
family,
that.
and you are.
You know what?
Whether
You know
say
what?
it or
This
not,
is
you
why
are.
babes is never meeting mumsy, innit? Because I allow that beef, man. I
No,
don't-
but wow, see, that's what I'm saying.
I'm
You've
not-
got this negative
no.
thing.
One, that was a joke, but two, there's truth in it. I don't want to waste time on like. Then that's
And
my
it is
opinion
family.
anyway. And it
Because
is family.
Kiki, the people like your family, yeah, you spend time with your family a lot, right?
Family oriented.
She's got her family. Yeah, obviously.
How
it's a
amazing it
coupling
is
of
just to
two
make our
families.
own,
But
yeah,
I
family.
think it's on the families to be more understanding for the couple. I don't think the couple should be thinking family. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, one
I think
thing-
the family should be thinking couple.
And one thing I love is
I
that
want the in-laws though, so you know.
you specifically want in, or you are gonna.
I want
What do you
you
think
want
lit
good
in-laws?
in-laws. You want to have good in-laws as well at the end of the
Yeah.
day, because especially as a girl, okay, I'm talking from a culture perspective
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
Girls,
You know,
have
the-
it, girls have it a lot.
Yeah.
The
harder.
girl is leaving her life to add to the
Stop
to
saying
the
that.
life.
Don't say life.
Okay, not her life, but
She's
her
starting
life
a new
with her
beginning with
parents.
someone else.
She's leaving home.
But that's
Or
if the
like
guy allows
involvement, which I agree
Yeah.
with completely.
Wait.
But I feel like they allow it to happen naturally, especially if
So-
he's family orientated. He's going to like bring in his family into the
More,
marriage.
yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you got to be setting your boundaries from the very get go and say this is only how far it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah, why
You
does
want
it
to
gotta
have
be
a
that
great
way?
relationship with your in-laws. You want to
Yeah.
be able to kind of like
Yeah.
bounce on them and build that
Like, what are you
relationship.
going to do on Eid? You know,
Eat together.
what about the family?
Go to the house.
Imagine I
afterwards
don't
by
get along
myself.
with his
Eat
mum, or
again.
his mum
But
hates
then you
me.
feel
This
like
is my
that's
thing.
excluding her.
If she wants to come, she can, but don't tell me, okay, I didn't get along with family.
See,
That's
and
your own
that's a
fault.
problem for life that
This is
I'm
my
not
thing.
dealing
She's
with
her
as a
own
wife.
person. I'm not there to like
I really
protect
don't
her
want
all
Mom
the
to watch this. I really don't want to watch this. She goes,
Mom, no, but this is the thing. Okay, this is what I'm saying. I have my own life, my own things to do. Yeah, I'm not the busiest guy in the world. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying like, if you want that stuff, I'm not gonna say, oh, babe, you can't come over. I'm saying you can do whatever you want, but like, don't put expectations on like, I mean, we're gonna be best friends. Yeah, there's all of those pressures as well.
Yeah.
Like, oh, your sister's not my friend. I'm like, I don't care. That's your issue. Like, I'm
I
not
know,
here
I think-
I'm not here to force anything. For me, a relationship is the one that has the most freedom and is
think-
the most help. That's what I genuinely believe.
Okay, listen. Sometimes you're not going to agree with everybody, right? You're not going to be on the
Exactly.
same page as your in-laws based on like different beliefs,
We're not always
whatever.
together. Yeah, we
like,
barely get along.
like at the very end of the day,
for
we're
the
all
money.
individuals. But that effort must be there. I'd love for him to just
But at
go
least
around
try.
chill with my dad or chill with my mum. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing to me because I'm family orientated. Do you guys think there's racism within the Muslim community?
Put your hands up if you think there's racism in the Muslim community.
No, but I think there is. There's this unsaid.
One is becoming worse.
Underlining.
I think it's becoming worse.
I think it's become worse.
Because of social media, because
Yeah.
of more openness, I feel like the people that are racist are becoming even more racist. Everyone's becoming more enclosed off. Our generation, okay, we can speak on behalf of our friends out, those close ones to us. We obviously are different. We're changing the way, not because we don't want to be racist, but because we're just open. And the more open you are, the more humane and the more
So
Muslim
I
you
want
are.
to put a disclaimer out there. Islam in itself is not racist.
No,
it's
it's
the
not.
cultural
Hence why the
ideology
Muslims-
is
It's the people.
instilled with the people that
Yeah.
have
Hence
it
why
covered.
the
Yeah.
word Muslim or Islam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because Muslims are not perfect. Islam is.
Yeah.
When it comes to racism, I feel like, especially like during these tough times, right, with whatever happened in America, whatever's going on, even in the UK and all over the world in general, I believe like it's supposed to be making us less racist, but the elderly are becoming more happy to put people in boxes, saying, don't get married to this culture or that race or that caste or whatever because they're like this. I'm like,
It's
you've never
think
met
it's
them.
ingrained?
stereotypes. And the way you kind of ease you know the people who are racist within the communities is by introducing them and exposing them to that culture
Yeah,
or to those types of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do our ideologies come from? Either our parents,
Yeah.
what we've seen on the media, what we've read,
What we
and
digest.
it's all fictional.
It's all fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
go on,
that's
you
what I'm
know,
saying. I think-
you might have your own like judgment and subconscious bias against me because I'm Arab.
Yeah.
But once you get to know me, you find that completely opposite. For example,
No, yeah, we're still yet to tell,
And-
but
yeah.
yeah.
we'll go into that next time. But what I'm trying to say is until you actually expose the people who are closed-minded about certain cultures,
Yeah.
certain people, then
Do you think
You're not gonna get any-
when parents or when people get married to their own people to their own like kind or caste or whatever, do you think that could be seen as racism?
depending
So
on the
they
intention.
just want
it's
their own.
preference. So, for example, I'm not going to say the culture, but there's a certain culture that when a woman is more fair skinned, they see her as automatically more beautiful than someone that is dark skinned, which is the most ridiculous thing ever. But that's the whole Eurocentric.
But that's
standard of
media.
beauty.
But that's media, entertainment, what we see, what we grow up looking
But it's the
at.
same because the same women that have those ideas are actually somewhat brown themselves, and it's like, hang on a second, like you're again, like you said, you're taking it from media. Your beauty standards are now different. But the beauty with us is like when we see beauty, we recognize it as beauty. Not everyone, obviously, I'm speaking for us, our specific group or whatever. But it's fine to have preferences. But you have to be honest. Is it a preference for me, or am I actually low key?
What I'm saying is, have you seen brown skin under the sun?
What?
I think it's easier for a guy to get married than for a woman to get married.
Okay, I might say something a bit controversial here.
So say it, go.
But he also needs to be self-aware. He needs to understand people. He needs to have emotional intelligence. And
I'm writing it down so I can pass it on.
If a girl or a Muslim woman wears hijab, do you think that makes her religious?
no.
Say that.
Everyone
Say that.
right now.